Hugs. Remember as a child when your mother used to take you into her arms in a warm embrace? Or a recent time when you gave your best friend a bone-breaking hug? Or when you come back from work and you give your pet, your dog, a nice warm hug? Hugs are absolute bliss. But what really goes on when you hug someone? I want to talk to you about the scientific, the emotional, and of course, the spiritual side of what happens when you give somebody a hug. Let's begin. First, the science. A hug releases oxytocin. When we give somebody a sincere embrace, our body releases this hormone called oxytocin, which is the love hormone. It is responsible for making us feel this sense of contentment, a feeling that, after all, everything is going to be okay. It is also the beautiful elixir that is released during childbirth, making our mothers forget all about the excruciating pain that they went through to push us out of their bodies. A hug stimulates dopamine. Now, this is the pleasure hormone, the one that gives you that feel-good sensation and motivates you. Most stimulating drugs actually target the dopamine sensors in the brain. So actually, a hug can do what a drug can do. But the problem is we have more drug dealers and not enough hug dealers. Reaching out and grabbing someone into a hug releases serotonin and endorphins into the bloodstream, negating sadness and pain. It also helps you fight heart diseases, excess weight gain, and it prolongs life. When you hug for an extended period of time, it raises the serotonin levels, enhancing your mood and creating a sense of happiness. A hug strengthens your immune system. When you are embracing someone, the pressure on the sternum and the emotional charge created from that hug actually activates the thymus gland. The thymus gland is responsible for the body's production of white blood cells. And when this is enhanced and balanced, it keeps you disease-free and healthy. Hugs also have emotional benefits. For example, a hug can cultivate patience. We live in a busy, hustle-bustle world where everybody is constantly rushing to their next task. But when we slow down, when we take the time to appreciate and acknowledge the connections we have with people, it actually helps us find patience. When you take the time throughout the day to find people and hug them, it helps us, it helps them, and it helps us create a culture of patience. Hugging boosts self-esteem. As adults, we know this. When we're hugged by friends, we feel appreciated. When we're hugged by our family, we feel loved. But it goes a little further back from there. Especially in children, our first initial understanding of our parents is by touch. The cuddles that we receive from our parents as little children are embedded in our nervous system. The appreciation and the idea of self-worth from our parents, which we received in the form of hugs, are imprinted in us in a cellular level, connecting us to our ability of self-love. Finally, the spiritual level. A hug connects you. 70% of communication is nonverbal communication. And the most powerful form of that communication is a hug. When you master the art of hugs, and when you make it part of your daily life, you begin to form a connection beyond the physical, connection beyond the mental with your loved ones. And because of this, soon you become telepathically connected to them. No matter what the distance, suddenly you can hear them in your mind and you can feel what they are feeling. A hug powers our torus field. I mentioned this before. Our body has a torus field. It's the energy field that travels through our 7 chakras upwards and downwards, connecting us to sky and earth, and powers us with the energy from the cosmic highway. When we hug somebody, we are sharing this energy, and we are also helping to power up this Taurus field. When you give a good strong hug to someone, our Taurus field lights up like a Christmas tree, and it also helps those who have low energy reserves replenish their stock as well. A hug makes us realize our true power. When we make hugging a habit, it helps us understand that we are an energy form. Suddenly you know that you live in a frequency, that you have a certain vibe, that you have a certain energy that you send out. You realize that we're not just our physical form, but there's a spiritual form to us too. We also begin to realize that our body just does not stop here. It goes beyond. There are many layers that then create the aura. And this realization opens a whole new doorway on your spiritual path, especially when you realize that everybody around you is the same way. And finally, hugs unlock our sixth sense. There's a healer in all of us. When we make hugs a part of our daily life, we begin to sense our own power, and also we begin to feel the energy of others. We begin to empathize with how everybody's energy makes us feel. And we also start to have a sense of how things work around us. You can feel the vibe of certain things and certain people. You're able to differentiate between genuine and fake. You're able to more strongly and better than before weed out what's negative for you and pull in what's positive for you. It's true what they say, your vibe attracts your tribe. And when you attract your tribe towards you, you're able to weave a spiritual pattern for yourself that makes your very cosmic existence. And it's going to be the one thing that makes you understand the purpose of your life. I could go on and on and on about the benefits of hugs. I love hugs. And as much as I tell you, the best way to find out is if you go and practice hugging people. Is if you go out there and make hugs a part of your life. Enjoy. Keep watching, keep vibing, keep loving, keep sharing, and I'll see you when I see you.